What's going on, guys? My name is Jules. Here we are back on Insurgency Sandstorm and using the F2000, one of the newest guns that they've added in with the update. And I'm not going to lie, it's actually quite decent. But today I wanted to do something new, do something fresh on my channel. And I looked up like the craziest war stories or army stories, and I wanted to do just read out some of the stories that I think are fucking crazy, right? Because, as realistic as Insurgency Sandstorm is, it's still, a small portion of what war is. So, this is a crazy story that I've seen here, published in June 9th, 2017. But the mighty Logan Nye. So the article starts out as the U.S. Army is the oldest American military branch, tracing its lineage back to when its Continental Congress stood up its first riflemen in June 1775. But in over 240 years of history, an organization is going to end up with some insane moments. So I'm guessing the story is about the World War II. When the Nazis, or should I say Germany, invaded Europe and wanted to take over Europe. And yeah, let's just see what happens. One of the craziest stories. So, in May 1945, Germany was collapsing, and it was obvious that the war in Europe was almost done. As intended, Allies raced to secure evidence of war crimes, and the Nazis worked to destroy it. This led to what was dubbed the World War II's strangest battle. American tankers rushed to where the high-profile prisoners of war were held in Itta Castle in Austria. As a group of drunk SS soldiers marched on the castle to kill the POWs, the Americans offered to help the Wurmchent defend themselves so that the SS couldn't kill the POWs and all witnesses. So what this basically means, what I'm taking from this, right? So America teamed up with Nazis to protect them. Why would you do that? Anyway, continuing. So US soldiers, German soldiers, and local resistance fighters fought side by side and saved the lives of the prisoners. The friendly German commander was killed in 6 hours of fighting before the US reinforcements arrived and pushed back the serving SS members. You see, that is a crazy story. Like, why would you help Nazis? Like, I just don't understand that. Like, personally, I get it. There was probably a politician that advocated and pushed for, the savior or the saving of these prisoners of war. Not to say that, people deserve to die for doing some of the things that they did during war, because it is war. Even when I watch some videos of ex-Marines or ex-snipers, and they talk about war and how it is and how brutal it is, and that, it's not always, as clean cut as they make it to seem. One thing I kind of picked up from these interviews and stuff was that politicians play a huge role in war. So, for example, I was watching Nicholas Irvin, who's a sniper in America, and he was saying the ROIs when Barack Obama was in power were very damaging to the American army. And what I mean by ROI is the rules of engagement. So ROE, I should say, or however you want to, pronounce it. But, they said the rules of engagement had changed. So back in the day when they could just, let's say there was or insurgents or, Taliban or, terrorists, if you want to say, in a location, and, they're pinned down and they can't basically retreat or get cover or get to reinforcements. Basically what they would do is they would just bombard and bomb the whole area, killing everyone in the vicinity. And for the politicians, that's kind of their angle of like, oh, we need to preserve human life and save people and all of this. But in actuality, on the ground, them tactics there don't actually play out the way that it does on paper. So I understand, right, when they'll talk about the rules of engagement when Barack Obama was in power was a bit shit because it meant that there was a time where Nicholas Irvin and his team was pinned down and he asked for an airstrike on the enemy and they wouldn't drop the airstrike because of the rules of engagement that Barack Obama had in place, which was no dropping bombs in residential areas and all these type of things. So even if you're pinned down, now the Taliban know that there ain't gonna be no help coming to you. So imagine being a soldier and knowing that you can't use, basically a weapon of mass destruction as an intimidation tactic to your enemy. Like, this is ruthless. Your friends are dying, people are dying next to you, and you're not going to allow me to drop this bomb to eliminate the threat. Like, it's, yeah. But guys, let me know if you guys like this. There's something I'll be doing, little war stories, and yeah, it's been your boy Jaws. Woo!